Alan, another game that's followed a little bit like last week's pattern early doors, where tight game, no team really wanted to keep hold of the ball early doors.
Yeah, I don't think our start or end was good, but I don't know if our end was affected by our start, if you like. We were 2 from 8 completions. We've got to be better than that. You know, we go to Oldham next week and do that. They're a real clinical side, a good attacking side on 4G. They'll punish us. And Rochdale, we did today. They threw a lot at us. We scrambled really well. We've just got to be better in there. Once we settled into the game, I think the first time we finished with a good kick, Rochdale erred on their own 10 and we scored, and then we settled into the game. But yeah, we've got to be more consistent for 80. I don't want to seem negative every week, but I just know there's more to come from this side, and I just don't want it to burn us. You know, I don't want that sloppiness to burn us. But it's 4 from 4. And we're getting over some milestones, getting over some hurdles. Rochdale, credit. We knew they wouldn't give up. We knew they'd come committed. They had a few bodies missing as well, a bit of disruption. But Hanley was outstanding for him today, and we did a good job on him defensively. Just disappointed again. It's put a couple of kick tries and one right on the hooter. And we like to keep teams to 12 points. So, at least, at most. So. Yeah, there's areas for improvement, and we will get better. There's been an improvement from last week. Hopefully there will be next week.
Yeah. For 50 minutes, our defence was looking quite good. We'd not conceded. We'd settled into the game by that point as well, getting 22-0 up at half-time, I think it was. Did you think coming out in that second half that would be able to kick on?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to keep concentration levels up. Another half with a shutout, which is outstanding again from the group. Coming at 0, I think might be the second half we've lost. I don't know, did we score 2 second half and they scored 3 possibly? Yeah. So that's disappointing. I thought we started the half really well, really good couple of kicks out over the sideline and built into the game. We scored a try, and then I just think we just fell into the trap a little bit of going away from what's worked. We're trying to run round and we're pushing that pass when we didn't need to. Our changes were disruptive when they shouldn't have done. The change in that dummy half, and we just probably got a little bit giddy and overplayed. But let's not take that away from the 22 points we scored, because we scored some outstanding tries today, and we also, might have got a couple of others with a couple of decisions going our way or being a little bit more clinical after breaks.
Is it something that we need to look at working into? As you said, we'll go to Oldham next week. It's going to be a fast track there with it being a 4G. Just look at the way that we conceded the tries.
Yeah, we'll look at that. Obviously we get up hard on the edges, and teams are looking at that now and kicking in. We can't let a ball bounce on a 4G, and we've let that bounce a couple of times today. So everyone's job to defend kicks, and our kick pressure needs to be good as well, and we know that. Ridgeard's got a good kicking game, and I thought Hewitt kicked well today, and Elsie, which we knew we would. We identified that as a threat, and generally we did well on those two. But they've, like I say, they've come up with a couple of tries. Yeah, we'll analyse. We've got a big week next week, training wise, and we'll be well prepared.
Obviously, with Oldham, it's going to be they drew with Dewsbury last week. It's going to be tough going there. Anything to be fearful of?
Well, I think they're probably the best attacking side in the division. They love having the ball and they spray the ball around. You can tell they work a lot on the formations and shapes and the trick plays, and they've recruited well, haven't they? They've recruited with that in mind. Van McNally, Pagaru, we know, and a couple of others. So we know that, but we know what type of game we need to make it, and that's important. We focus on us and we know what suits us best. It's not a basketball game. We've got to be on defensively, and to do that we've got to give ourselves energy by high-end completions, which we didn't do in the first part of the game. I didn't do in the end part of the game, but we did very well in the middle, and that's where our 36 points came from. We missed, I think, 3 kicks as well. So always striving for improvement, but positives, 4 from 4, 2 on wins in a row, and we go into next week and pretty healthy as well. No real knocks, and people knocking on the door for selection as well.
How was Lewis Ray after coming off?
Yeah, fine. Passed his HIA, went back on. It was just a bloody nose, and just as a precaution, which was fine, and we got him back on, so he'll be good to go next week.
Well, congratulations on today. Enjoy the win, and we'll see you at Oldham next week.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.